Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to paint the wheels. As you can see, they're in pretty poor condition. They're quite rusty, quite pitted, so it's time to give them some love and attention, I think. So here we go. Okay, so obviously the first thing is I took the wheel off. See, the car's all jacked up. Going to use a wire brush. Get all the lumps and bumps, just get all the loose surface rust, just try and smooth it out a bit, just clean it up a little bit. So that'll be step one. Right, now I've got the worst of it off, I'm just going to use a bit of 60 grit. It's quite rough. It's just easier just to get in the gaps that I couldn't get the brush into. Just clear the worst of it off, get the last little bits off, smooth it down a bit more. And then yeah, just try and clean it up a little bit more before I start painting it and prepping it. Alright, and there you have it. It's all been rubbed down by hand, so obviously take your time. You know, the more time and effort you put into the preparation, the better the end result will be. So it's all been rubbed down with the 60 grit. I've just cleaned it with degreaser to get all the dust off and any grease and oil or any surfaced dirt on the rim, so that it's all ready to be primed. Obviously the first thing to do now is to mask around the outside of the wheel with masking tape. Okay, and so there's the tyre with a ring of masking tape around it. I've used a little bit of plastic here right into the gaps here, just so you can push that masking tape right into the groove, just so you can get the tape nice and tight. Then it leaves the top of the lip there, so you can paint that as well without getting all the paint and primer on the tyre. So the next thing to do is just cover the rest of the tyre. Right, I've seen people spend loads of time trying to mask up their wheels with newspaper, paper, masking tape, all that sort of thing. There's one quick and easy way of doing it that I find, and that's just to put your wheel in a bin bag. It's all nice and covered, it covers it above and below and all around the sides. Just tape it on the side there, stop it coming off. All I need to do now, use a knife, cut a hole, masking tape around the outside, and we're ready to go. Okay, and there you have it. I've also put a bit of tape on the valve there, stop any paint and primer from going on that. And the added advantage of putting it in a bag is that when you're spraying it, any paint that goes through the holes, it's not going to go on the floor or the work surface that you're going to be working on. So now it's time for the fun part. Let's get the primer out. I've got grey primer, obviously needs to give it a shake, and then start putting some light coats over the wheel. Okay, so you just want to do a few light coats in all directions. You want to cover the whole surface. Don't put it on too thickly, otherwise you're going to end up getting runs. Like I say, do it from all angles, especially if you've got like multi-spokes and things like that. You want to make sure you cover every single part of the wheel. Just do short bursts, you don't want to hold it on too long. Just do a quick cover like that and just let it dry. Give it a couple of coats and then see how it looks. Right, so while I leave this wheel in the sun to dry off, I might as well start on the next wheel. After all, I've still got 3 more wheels to go, so time to start all over again. Okay, so now the wheels have dried, it's the ideal time to just give it a quick rub over. I'm using 400 grit. It might be a little bit coarse, so I'm just going to use it lightly. But just give you a chance to rub out any runs that you've got on there, and also just to key the primer up just so the paint sticks properly. Right, now it's time for the final part. The wheel there's all prepped and ready. Got the paint here. I've gone for the gloss black instead of matte black, just to give it a bit of a shine. You need to be like quite light with the coats on this, because obviously if you get runs in the paint, you can't then correct it without having to rub it all down and start again. At least the primer, you can rub it down before you put the paint on. So small thin coats, let it dry, put another coat on as needed, and yeah, just don't make it too wet. You don't want it to run, otherwise, like I say, it's going to be a pain in the ass to get it all out again. So take your time, stick to it a little at a time, and it should look fine. And there you go, there you have it. So just going to let it dry, and hopefully it doesn't get any runs. Hopefully no dirt gets on it, because it's a little bit windy today and it's outside, so any dirt blowing around is going to end up sticking to the wheel. But fingers crossed, it'll all be okay. And there we go, hub's back on the wheel, all back on the car, looking gorgeous. So this is the car before, and this is the car afterwards. So that's the final wheel done. Just got to put it on the car. I've got some followers, some of the family coming down, giving me a hand, so thanks guys for your help. Go, go. And there we go, all done. Looks a lot better. So cheers guys, thanks a lot. I'll see you all again in the next video. Bye bye.